learned it and forgotten it.
Mahu Damien? My far. Damien, wat die Lynn?
Yep. Tommy Charnish.
Ain't my Mahu in. Okay. So, as I said before that we break, we're just going to go over this, the third retranslation. I don't know if any of us had a chance to look at it, but let's just have a wee look at it here to see where we're at. You all see that there?
Yeah, Feckham.
Beckham.
Yeah.
Basta.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm going through this book of translations. They're based. They're made out for sort of A-level standard and past years in the schools and that. And while the standard maybe has changed slightly, it hasn't. It's only slight changes. So these would still be a good indicator of the type of standard that you would expect at A-level. Okay. So say the first 5 translations here have the same title, Nehen Augustiniana, so myself and other people. But there's like 5 different versions of it. Okay, so this is the third one. So we'll look at the translation though. Sailor Jermit Savlin Nijag is a jag. So how would that translate?
Jermit was born in the year 1910.
Okay, so that's a way of saying was born. Sailor Rugue Hanixa Eratil. Okay, so Sailor he was born, or Jermit was born. Savlin Nijag is a jag, so 1910. Okay. Kegar Rugu and Yeran Dasha Anis Assassina.
Though he was born in Ireland, he grew up in England.
Okay, although Kegar Rugu and Yeran although he was born in Ireland, he grew up in England. Is Shandana and Ishe August ag Tarrant Ericade.
He's an old man now,
Yeah.
and he's approaching 100 years.
He's approaching 100. Ain't that why? Like Tarrant, so drawing towards like Tarrant. We should Tarrant. There's a Tarrant here. Okay, like Tarrant, drawing towards or approaching 100 years. Keger Shandana ta kivnya inta ger, ta achivnya inta ger.
Although he's an old man, he has a very sharp memory.
His memory is very sharp. Yeah, ta achivnya inta ger. Okay, ger meaning sharp. Inta ger. Is my his Kevin lehenta a oiga gofoid.
He remembers well the days of his, he still remembers well the days of his youth.
Ain't that why? Okay, so it's a wee example of the kind of stylistic way that you can write. So it's well he remembers the days of his youth. It's my his Kevin lehenta a oiga. So you could put that in different ways. You could say, "Is Kevin Lesh go my lehenta a oiga?" He remembers well his days of youth. So just with especially with the copula structure, you can change the thing and say it in a way that suits your specific sort of style. Okay, it's my his Kevin Lesh lehenta a oiga go for it. It's well that he remembers yet the days of his youth. Okay. Nirosha achrav lein jeg, nur a jirisha as an skull.
He was only 12 years of age when he left school.
When he left school. So jirisha as would be a way of saying sort of I like retired from something. Jirima as mahajibra. I retired from my work. Jirima as I stopped it. Okay. So Jirisha as in school, he left school. But at that time, that was the normal practice. Kids didn't really spend that long in school. Well, den scéal an seo as ar ggóir. Bhí go amach ag obair le háige a thuirteiste sa teach.
He had to go out to work to bring home money to the house.
Bring money into the house. That was the long and the short of it. Okay. Fuair sé post mar hógalí a ríthe lé.
You got a job
Job.
as a builder through the day, in the
During
daytime.
during the day or in the daytime. It's big a híhríse.
He didn't earn much.
It's little that he earned. Okay, it's big a híhríse. It's big a híhríse. It's little that he earned. Ní amai. Beirm a ahar agus begad a dhearmid codú leis san ihe.
His father was a farmer, and Dermot had to help him during the night, or
Yeah.
in the night.
In the night. So Beirm so his father was a farmer. So the B apostrophe is the ba, the copula, past tense. So his father was a farmer, and Dermot had to beg and Dermot codú leis san ihe, so help him at night. Okay,
Right.
that was like every day, every night. Okay, so he was working during the day, and then at night he was working with his father. Huis a raibh mar sin go dtí gur fáiste.
It carried on like this until he was married, or until he married.
Until he married. So huis sé a raibh mar sin. It, as opposed to he. It went on like that until he married. Okay, so the sé refers to it masculine. Huis a raibh mar sin go dtí gur fáiste. Fáiste chaslín, nuair a bhí siad a mirt fiche bliain d'aois.
He married Kathleen when they were both 20 years of age.
Ní amai. Nuair a bhí siad a mirt fiche bliain d'aois, when they were both 20 years of age. Bhí clán mhór acu.
They had a big family.
Cathair Mac agus Kruger Níonatha.
4 sons and 5 daughters.
Ní amai. Cathair Mac agus Kruger Níonatha. Is sé Seamus an Mac is sinne aige, agus is Múinteoir Béarla ar an Mhórdan é.
Seamus is the eldest son, and he is an English teacher on the continent.
Ní amai. So his eldest son. Is sé Seamus an Mac is sinne aige. So Seamus is his eldest son, and he's an English teacher on the continent. Mhórdan. Okay, Mhórdan na Europa, so Mhórdan on the continent, the large section, the large division. Is she Maire is oige, agus is ban réalta sa chlachar áitiúil í.
Myra is the youngest, and she is a nun in the local convent.
Ní amai fad. A dráthúir, fuair ban dhearmad a bás go toban, treifil de bhliaintí ó hin.
Unfortunately or sadly, Dermot's wife died
Suddenly.
a few
Suddenly?
years, 12 years ago, as we like.
Treifil de bhliaintí ó hin, so a few years ago, or a handful of years ago. Treifil de bhliaintí ó hin, a few years ago. Okay. Bhí a crí briste agus deirtear na bhfuil se mar a ggéarna ó hin.
His heart was broken, and it's said that he hasn't been the same since.
Ní amai. Na bhfuil se mar a ggéarna ó hin. Mar a ggéarna the same. So that he hasn't been the same, or he's not the same since. Tá sé na chónaí leis héan inis, agus cé go bhfuil se anon aníos, is féidir leis gach rud a dhéanamh dá héan go fór.
He
He lives by himself now. Sorry.
As in a chone leis chéan in is, he's living on his by himself now. Agus cé go bhfuil se an aníis,
Although he is on an age, he can do everything himself still.
for himself. So he can
For
do
himself.
everything for himself. Yeah.
Himself still.
Okay, so dáhéan for himself. Is féidir leis gahar a dhéanamh dáhéan go for himself. How would you say for yourself?
You ditching. Okay.
Ditchéan.
Fian.
Ditchéan.
Yourself.
How would you say for herself?
He.
Díhéan. How would you say for herself?
Doing here.
Doing here. Okay? So dáhéan for himself. Is féidir leis gahar a dhéanamh dáhéan before. Is dáile Dermot gur tábhachtaí an tlainse ná rudar bí eile.
According to Dermot, health is more important than anything else.
Ain't
Or
that
health
why?
is the
So
most important.
according to, or Dermot is of the opinion, so according to is a good enough translation. Gur tábhachtaí an tlainse ná rudar bí, that health is more important than anything else. Ain't that why? Okay, folks, maar Jerem, t'swil agam Jardine go mé PC eile agam Dave. There was a gulla hushet ar structure ashte. Okay, a wee bit more to it, but just I mentioned in the first half. Just after that, we past tense exercise about how I spent the weekend. I would like to do something just of a similar vein with the present habitual or the present tense or the present habitual tense. So what I do in the minute. So all the verb structures are present tense or present habitual. Okay, just something similar, 3-4 paragraphs, something simple. And try to vary your vocabulary from what you've given me already. Okay, just to show what vocabulary you have. Okay. Similar vein as I say, just but in the present tense or the present habitual. Michael, so this argument Kate Ashton beg Alan so listen, I'm a first job. Ian Castic dinner be?
Ní ceist be.
Mr. B.
So another wee translation that's sort of, let's say it's still based on this theme of Mehan agus Dini Ella. Okay. So Cé gur rugu agus gur tógu maire ní hónal a dearchanal, bagneach tríd gur blian ó hin. Caiith sí bonus a sail America. So Cé gur rugu agus gur tógu maire ní hónal a dearchanal.
Although my Mara Nadona was born and raised raised in
Yeah, raised.
Donegal.
Bagneach tríd gur blian ó hin.
A little bit over.
Almost.
Almost.
Tríd gur blian ó hin.
3 years ago.
How many is that? 3 years.
3 is 30. I don't know.
Score is 20.
60.
So 3 since Shaska Blaine, 60 years.
60.
So almost 60 years ago. Okay. So although Meyer O'Neill was born and raised in Tyrconnell almost 60 years ago, Taishi bonus a sale America.
She has spent most of her life in America.
Bonus a sale, most of her life. She spent most of her life in America. Is this Lochanur o Ruchus E?
She was born in Lochanur.
She's a native of
Or native of Lochanur.
Yes.
Okay. She's a native of Lochanur. Is this Lochanur o Ruchus E? Okay. Hui a Charla ar America, Ke go Blano hen, Nurna Roshi a Jake Minadish.
Her family emigrated 50 years ago when she was only 10.
When she was only 10 years old. Ain't that why? So, Nurna Roshi a Jake Minadish when she was but 10 years old, or 10 years of age. By a Kaelan O'Donnell a Shanahar, agus Basgili e.
Dylan O'Donnell was her grandfather, and he was storyteller.
Storyteller, Basgili e. He was a storyteller. Okay, so Kaelan O'Donnell was her son, her grandfather, agus Basgili e, and he was a storyteller. Bagrath leis na scialta ancient Coschini.
Usually he told stories by the fire side.
He told the stories, or he used to tell the stories
He used to,
by the
sorry.
fireside. Bagrath leis, he used to.
Yeah, sorry.
Bagrath leis scialta ancient Coschini. Ba hanachi den céad sky e.
He was a great storyteller.
Den céad sky, excellent. He was an excellent storyteller or a great storyteller. But the Rudigan den céad sky, it is of the first degree or the first sort of the best, den céad sky. So I think anything can be den céad sky, of the best. So Bahanahi den céad sky, he was an excellent storyteller. Okay. For Kaelan was rins plenty o hen.
Dylan died.
Some years ago.
Some years ago, a few years ago. Again, wrench is an indeterminate number, wrench. Okay. Was Myra or fall, Hall America.
Mary married Paul.
Over in America.
Over in America. Agus vi clan war acu.
They had a big family.
Vi Myra in a Rooney a skull de Chadjachanter.
Myra was a secretary in a school in the area in which they lived.
In a roshit in a goni. So skull de Chadjachanter in a roshit in a goni. A school in the area in which they lived. Agus vi a far in a polling.
Her husband was in the police.
Her husband was a policeman. In a polling.
Was a policeman.
Okay, he was a policeman. Okay, in that. So he was in his policeman. Poor a far céile boas gan cynne agus ba white lehi fellú Aaron. So poor a far céile boas gan cynne.
Her husband died without.
So gan cynne is another way of saying
Unexpectedly.
good company, unexpectedly. Gan cynne unexpectedly or suddenly. Okay, so gan cynne without making an appointment, without telling anybody he was going to die. So, Burrick far céile boas gan cynne agus ba white lehi fellú Aaron.
She wanted to return to Ireland.
Ain't that more. Tá a clan fásta níos inis agus tá sí ina cónaí leithí in America.
The family or the children had grown up now, and she was living by herself in America.
Ain't that more. So tá sí rís. Well, this is sort of written largely in the past tense. This is present. Tá sí ina cónaí leithí in America.
Gomaleishkol, could you say fasta anis?
Fasta níos growing up
Growing up.
So foster,
Cormac.
fast to grow, I said foster, they are growing, and the niece is just a directional thing, upwards from below.
Cormac.
So foster and niece growing up. They're VMAG foster niece when I was growing up. Okay. So a niece is that movement from below upwards, like the way you would grow.
Cormac.
You'll still hear people talking about like fast sus, but that's
Growing up.
what they call it, Berlahus. It's not the Irish structure, okay? Like fast and east would be the way that you would state growing up, like fast and east. So Foster and east, they are growing up now, the family, okay? Jersey Germain lehi chatarash goherin, Marta Kupla Jennifer agus Colcathra and Shaw Eki. Jersey Germain lehi.
She says that she wishes. Sorry.
Chatarash goherin,
To come back to Ireland.
Marta Kupla Jennifer agus Colcathra and Shaw Eki.
But she has a couple of sisters and cousins here.
You know. So a couple of sisters and cousins, okay? Colcathra.
Cousin.
Okay. Tá sé rinsin eki a cha a yil agus chatawala gan wil.
Is it? She's
She intends.
She
Intends.
intends, ain't the mind. She intends to. So it is on her mind too. Tá sé rinsin eki a cha a yil,
At her house.
Our house.
sell her house, agus chatawala gan wil.
And come back as soon as possible or without
Come
delay.
home without delay, gan wil. Okay, without delay. So tá sé rinsin eki a cha a yil agus chatawala gan wil. She intends to sell her house and come home without delay. Hakri she gujukut she honawala margamau a geelta agus a carja a was eki agus nachmau ugnis orhi. So hakri she gujukut she honawala.
She's arranged
She arranged.
to
Yeah,
come. She arranged that she would come to the town
that she would come home.
and she would come home. No one wanted home. Yes.
Gujukut she honawala margamau a geelta agus a carja a was eki.
Because she
Oh.
has. Sorry.
So margamau a geelta agus a carja.
There would be.
Largely because her
Her relatives.
relations and her friends would be a
About her?
they would be there for her or here for her. Okay, she would have their company. They'd say a was eki. Agus nachma ugnis orhi.
And she wouldn't be lonely.
She wouldn't be lonely. Mara Jersey Hien,
As she says to herself.
as she says herself,
As she says herself.
Tajia Ladger agus Mahar White Ege.
God is strong and mother is good.
So God is strong and he has a good mother.
And he has a good mother, yeah.
Okay, Tom, agus a Mahar White Ege. Okay, so the Shanachal is about motherhood. Okay. Tajia Ladger agus Mahar White Ege. So Adas go Mahar White Hugget, I got the railroad on it. Okay. But the Mahar White Hugget tal that. Okay. So how would you find that wee translation? Anything new there for you?
Blifaka nua.
Pardon?
Just
Couple of fucka nua.
Focal, yeah.
Fucka
Niet te
nua.
mooi. Niet te mooi. Brugge moet kan alles, ja. We'll stick on another one for good measure.
Come on.
All right.
Niet a while. So, Dawn comes Erna, my hand agus Dini Ella. All right. Sailor Madonna Louise Ciccone, na statiente in Shehu La Jig, the Lunacy, the Blaine, Nijig, Hega. Okay. And they shouldn't eat here, Madonna Louise. More than be a hand.
The Coney.
So, Sailor Madonna Louise Ciccone, na statiente, the United States.
United States.
In Shehu La Jig, the Lunacy, the Blaine, Nijig, Hega. Kega Ruggu and Shin
Though she was born there.
there. Ta Tihi Eki Assassina Agus Rank.
She has houses in England and France.
Agus Ear Skull, Vi Bu and Kjol Eki Agus Enrique Eki. Sorry. Agus Ear Skull, Vi Bu and Kjol Agus Enrique Eki.
Whilst she was in school, August year school, she had an interest in music and actually nail singing.
Dance as well. So music and dance. She had a knack for music and dance. Vi Bu and Kjol Agus Enrique Eki. Okay. So Bu is like victory, but mata Bu agat the rod, you have a knack for it, or you have a way with it. You're good at it. Okay? So vi Bu and Kjol agus Enrique Eki. Rinke, another word for douse. Okay? Dance. Es ban royal I Madonna. They can say Doyle.
Yes.
Is it forthright or something?
Well,
Forthright or something?
Attractive.
Oh,
Attractive. So Doyle, okay. She's got a good way about her. So Doy is like a way in that context. I guess Matadina Doyle, they have a way with them. They are attractive. It's Ban Doyle I Madonna. It's Dinna Ackley Foster E.
she's fit. She's also fit or active.
Also a fit person. Agus being she agaklia sa gymnasium gahla sa chatan.
And she exercises in her gym or the gym every day of the week.
Ain't that much. So sa gymnasium, no mention of her, but just in the gym every day of the week. Warshin.
On top of that,
So Komaila Shin, yeah. Tashi Ul Vienna.
she is, on top of that, just,
Ambitious.
She's ambitious.
she's ambitious.
So as well as that, Komaila Shin,
Ambitious.
Tashi Ul Vienna.
We can't hear Cormac, can we?
No,
Are we okay, folk?
No.
he's cutting out.
Right. Well, we're nearly out of time anyway. Can you still hear me?